You know, the big problem with technology is that it's really convenient to allow you to speed things up. But fuck, it's annoying. Like, in order to lower the volume, I have to go here or here. I don't just have a fucking knob. Why can't I have a knob in a fucking car? Like, it's the most primitive fucking thing you can put in a car, and it helps. Because when you're driving a sports car, the last thing you give a shit about is why your Tesla poverty screen here does not fucking have something on it because it's not connecting to your phone or working. So whatever the reason it's not working, it's not my problem, and I just don't want to deal with it, you know? So it's just the thing that these manufacturers don't get when they start building these cars is they keep trying to make these cars into cell phones and vacuum cleaners, and it's completely unnecessary. We don't want this stuff. Just give us better driving sports cars with less button. Even the idiots at Ferrari realized that more tech shit on the steering wheel, nobody wants it. People have spoken by shitting on your car values on the 296 NSF90, telling them it's too complicated, it doesn't make the right noises, and I don't want it. Alright guys, welcome back to Exotic Car Hacks, and today we are reviewing my new SL63 750 masterpiece by Brabus. Now that's a long fucking name. This car is $400,000. And the best and most exciting part you'll ever notice about a one of two $425,000 customized car by one of the best customization shops, or you should say houses out there in the world. It's like a fashion house for cars, right? Is the fact that this steering wheel feels like an Advanced Auto bathtub rag put over a steering wheel. And it's literally for people who have giant hands that are 9 feet tall in a car that doesn't fit someone that's over 6'2". So, if you ever wondered what the best thing about this car is, it's why is this fucking steering wheel here. Anyways, you guys know that I'm very honest and brutal with all my reviews of every single car, no matter what, no matter how much I like the guys that build it, the companies that build it, no matter how much I like the dealers that sold me the car, or the actual company that literally put their heart and soul into building it. I don't shit in cars. I give you my perspective from two folds. What is, or how good is the car for the money it's charging you? And two, more than anything else, how good of an experience is it based on what it is rather than what I have experienced. Now, part of being able to do that is subjectively, I have owned almost every car on the planet, and so I can tell you that having lived with all these cars, not short term, but long term, some cars hit different, and some cars are really good, while others do things really bad. And so, the first thing we're gonna say about the SL63 first, without even looking at the Brabus aspect, is that this screen's gotta go, the buttons fucking suck, and the back seats are fucking useless. And I'll hopefully prove my point later. So that's my SL63 review. Two, how about the Brabus part? Well, let's kind of find out. We get the same modes, except they do something a little bit different when you have a Brabus. They sound a little bit more exciting. So we're gonna go to manual, and we're gonna find out what it means to be in a Brabus 750, what do you call it, masterpiece. I don't know why they call it masterpiece. I mean, the interior is cool as shit, minus this fucking steering wheel, and everything else about the car. The exterior looks really good too, which we'll look at in a second. Okay, so it's got banana power, that I'll give you. It's got banana power. It's fast. It's got banana power. Banana power meaning if you're playing Mario Kart, someone throwing a banana won't stop you. The car's got definitely like some monkey power. But anyways, so it's got speed, that's for sure. It's got noise. I don't know that it's got great noise, but it's got noise because technically my AMG GT Black Series with a header system, with a downpipe system, sounds much better than this. And yet this has a full fucking system, Entune, and all this horsepower That's stock with just headers, and still it sounds better than this. So just wanted to make a note here just to kind of point out that I think sound could be better, especially as we have this top down. We should hear more technically at this stage of where we are. So far, I mean, I'll tell you, I've driven this for about a week. No, not about a week, 3-4 days now. I've taken it out to dinner, I've hanged out with it, I've given it to people to drive to tell me what they think of it, and something really interesting happens. And when I give it to people who have not previously experienced exotic cars, meaning who don't live in daily 488s, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, you know, Astons, whatever, they really enjoy this car. They tell me it's it's their dream car. It's amazing, it's holy shit, it's got so much power. It sounds great, it's beautiful. When I give it to people that already own exotics and other cars around the 400K range, they just look at me and they go, meh, I drove it, it's okay, but it's like, I didn't like get amazed by it. Now, Brabus says they've only built 2 because it's not for everyone, and I can definitely see it's not a car for everyone. I can also see its appeal that the more you drive it, the more exciting it becomes, and that's a good thing too, because the more you drive a car, the more you want to enjoy it, not vice versa. And some cars is the opposite, like my Ford GT. The new one, I loved it to death when I got it, and I drove it a couple of times, and then a month later I was like, this is really boring. 10 months later I was like, I really don't feel like driving this. And every time I had a choice of which hypercar to take, it was never that car. Now you can Google 100 times, or review 100 videos on YouTube about the SL63. None of them are obviously going to talk about the Brabus part, which is what I'm going to focus on because that's what I bought. So the point that I was trying to make is that people that can't afford other 400K cars feel this car is meh. People that can't afford this car technically on a day-to-day basis currently typically think it's unbelievable. There is a benefit to having a $400,000 Mercedes, and it's that your insurance will still insure it because it's a Mercedes. They won't look at it as it's an exotic for 400 grand. Now, if you get an accident, it's a different story, but at the very least, they will appreciate the fact that your insurance could be cheaper. Now, I have a few quarrels with the SL63, which we'll talk about when we get in my office because it's going to get in there hot. But one of the things I want to point out generally is that the SL63, I don't think they've done a really good job, and I'm going to show you why. But the Brabus part, like I said, if you can't afford the car, you're probably looking at other options. If you can afford the car, you really like it. So that's where I'm kind of conflicted in this car, because do I like this car? Yes, I think it's a cool car. Would I drive this car over other cars? Maybe one day a month I would, but not regularly. I think there are better cars you can buy regularly that are going to be better cars all around that you'd want to drive more than this. And the steering wheel really, really bothers me, like really bothers me, like to a point where it's like, I don't like it and it doesn't sit well with me. But everything else about the car is unique, exciting. And I think I understand why they say it's not for everyone, because it really takes a very specific type of person to appreciate and actually enjoy this. Now, I would tell you that if this wasn't a Brabus, this wouldn't even appeal to me on any level, meaning I wouldn't even be talking to you about an SL63, because to me it's poverty at its finest when it comes to exotic car reviews, meaning I would never even own an SL63 for any reason. I'd have to be retarded. So it doesn't make sense for me at all, you know? But this could make sense for a guy like me because I spend a lot of money on cars and I like unique cars. And for that reason, I think that it's special enough, but I don't know that it's good enough for the money. So let's go inside and let's talk about the car itself, what Brabus really does to it that you can't see here in this video. And then we'll decide, is the $400,000 Brabus SL63 750 one of two masterpiece really worth the money? All right, back from what I consider to be a very unique drive. You know, like I said during the drive, this car isn't for everyone, but I can promise you that its design is spectacular in ways that you just can't imagine. So first off, the SL63 is a very feminine car, like very, very feminine. So, you know, if you're kind of like in that borderline, then this is probably a design that you find very appealing. On the other hand, the Brabus version of this really brings out the masculine, muscular side of Mercedes in ways that I don't think has been done previously in another car. Now, I thought one of the most interesting cars Brabus ever made was the Rocket, the other car, which is the variation of this with the hatch version where they completely cut up the car. That looks really interesting and very masculine, but this has this kind of usable feminine now with a very strong masculine touch. So let's go and cover a little bit about what Brabus does to the car on the exterior, the engine, the interior, since we've gotten the driving expression from the beginning of this video. So first off, you'll notice the Brabus badging, giant, small, the full carbon fiber front, the air intakes here, and even that very cute Brabus logo that actually lights up when you turn on the car and it turns blue. Super, super hot, very cool, very cool attention to detail. Now you carry onto the side to these beautifully done 21-inch Brabus wheels with very fat Sport Connie rubber, and that makes it exciting, gives the car that very exciting good fitment, lowering suspension on point and perfectly lowered. And look at these amazing redone carbon ceramic brakes. Look at the caliper done in silver. The Brabus logo is absolutely tasteful. Brabus side carbon, completely useless, but a design feature. Carries on that they painted all this bottom plastic black, very exciting. Remember, we are in a no plastic zone. So we call plastic cars poverty cars. If your car has a ton of plastic, it is not okay. Now, here, again, they continue with this carbon fiber, which is amazing. And then look at this unbelievable carbon fiber diffuser with this valved exhaust system, which is absolutely nuts. So now we go back in and take a look at this. Baby blue interior with ambient light looks amazing. I mean, amazing. This is what I've always loved Brabus for, is ballsy, bold design choices that really redefine what we consider to be an ordinary, boring car. Two patterns here, regular leather, crafted logoed leather, looks really different and I think very well done. I will say that if you continue through here, you'll notice that they've rechanged the entire carpet to this quilted leather with, again, a matching floor mat with Brabus masterpiece logos in the seat and on the floor mat. Now, there is something terrible about driving a car with a baby blue interior, especially one where the carpet is like leather and hand stitched and stuff. And the problem is every time you get in it, well, obviously your shoes are dirty, so like it immediately looks like shit and you feel so bad destroying the car. So that's terrible, but generally very good looking interior. There's just enough of a blend of black, baby blue, and this new design in the carbon that specifically Brabus has. So this is Brabus carbon, it's not factory carbon. And it's really pretty. It's very pretty. Like the carbon, I think, really accentuates the interior really nice. And for the first time, remember, the SL now has back seats, which I find to be unbelievable. Again, just to make a point, because I've said this 100 times over, I'd like to showcase this because I don't know what kind of people fit here, but this is, the seat's still going back. So now I'm dying. Like literally the seat's not realizing I'm dying. Now, I want you to think you're sitting here and you're driving somewhere. You're either fucking this chair from the back. So it's like, yeah. And remember, I'm not even sitting there and I'm short. So imagine if you're like not a midget like me and you're like 6 foot tall. If you're sitting here, this seat is in my asshole at this point and my head is basically like this. What kind of pleasurable experience are you going to have in these back seats? Like, what is the point of this? Like I understand that you need storage here. I get you could put some kind of like I get it. You can put some kind of like golf bag. Why do we need seats, people? Let's take a moment and reflect on this situation. Midget, back seat, no good. Like what fits here? Even an 18-year-old hooker wouldn't fit here. Let's be honest. Like how much head are you going to get if you put a chick back here? And she's driving, she's like, I'm fucking dying. Like, it doesn't work. It's stupid. It's like retarded. Yeah, oh, someone's gonna put a baby seat here? Your fucking baby's gonna fly out the car. It's gonna like be on someone else's fucking car. It's like stupid. Like, why the fuck did they make the SL with a fucking back seat? Like, it was irrelevant to begin with. It had storage. I just wanted to make a point. Fuck, I'm not even that tall and I can't even fit back there. And so if I can't fit, an 18-year-old hooker can't fit, then what is this for? It's not for a baby, it's not for a person, it's gonna fuck up the seats once you put a golf bag, but you have to have all this regulation with seat belts and seat shit for like fucking baby seats. Like, why? Why can't you just make this a really beautiful, well-crafted storage area where you can drop your golf bag? Why do we need to have 4 fucking seats in this car? That makes no sense. That's not a Brabus issue, that's a Mercedes issue. But that's really, really my biggest complaint with the SL generally. They got rid of the 2 things that made the SL exciting. It used to be a roadster and it used to have a hard top, and they stole that shit, and they basically gave us a soft top and 2 retarded seats in the back. But anyways, so you can see that the Brabus part is unbelievable. Now I'm gonna show you the engine too, because this is another thing. This car has the full masterpiece package, which includes the full motor, the $80,000 interior, $50,000 body kit, and a $200,000 build, which is insane if you ask me. Like, I think it's an incredible, fully complete and amazing car. Take a look at this. The Brabus 750 upgraded package. Again, the Valvetronic exhaust, the tune, the intakes, just a very, very pretty, all around well done job. Now, remember what we talked about during the drive? This is not a car for everyone. I keep saying that, and I understand why Brabus says this. $400,000 MSRP to have this. I mean, there are various other cars you could be having for this money. You could have an amazing Bentley GT, which is one of the best products on the market. And while it also has useless back seats, they're slightly more usable than this, at least hookers fit back there. And you could have a ton of Lamborghinis, including the Performante. You could have the Ferrari 488 Spider. I mean, there are a lot of cars that fit in that category. And I think that I can guarantee you that a lot of these cars are probably going to be a more fun driving experience for one, if that's all and the only car you have. But this is different for a couple of reasons, and I think it works for a couple of reasons, and it doesn't work for others. One last thing I want to show you before I give you my final verdict is take a look at this trunk. I thought that was interesting, the way it opened and how exciting it kind of looked. Like, look at the way it goes down. It's kind of cute. Like, it's kind of cute. Like, it goes like, well, anyways, fine, retarded, cute, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. But anyways, so the final verdict is this. If you want to be different, I think this car really, really works. I mean, it's very different. And everyone that sees it and has seen it in my garage has told me that it's incredibly pretty, and they're excited to look at it, and they're excited to come see it. And I think it's because the world's getting really bored of the same shit coming out over and over from every manufacturer out there. And I think the further you go up the chain, the more you seek novelty and the less you seek ordinary good things. I mean, take a look at the Lanzante we reviewed last time, which was my kind of like historic pride, you know, acquisition for, oh, it's an LM25, it's the only one in the world. Most people won't understand this car. Like, they'll look at it and they'll say, I don't even like the rims. I don't know why these seats look comfortable. Yeah, but this is not for a 765 LT buyer. This is for a car collector. Will this be worth a lot of money one day? Most likely. Will it be a great car for someone that wants a 765 LT? Absolutely not. There's much better cars you can buy for half the price. The point that I'm trying to make is that I think the game, in the car game, it's starting to shift towards this idea that people are getting bored and they don't want the same thing. As a matter of fact, I think that's why the data shows that even Bentley made a comeback because of their individualization program and allowing 50 different colors and interiors and things. And people started doing crazy shit like this. You saw my pink Bentley with a crazy $30,000 stitching package in it. That's the kind of stuff people are looking for these days, and that's the kind of stuff that sells. And I think there's a reason there's only 2, and there's a reason they sold me this one because it didn't sell. So that should tell you all you need to know about how many people out there this is for. So when they say it's not for everyone, they might as well say it's not for anyone. Anyways, that has been my review of the Brabus SL63 750 package. An incredibly different driving experience, and more than anything else, an incredibly different car. I don't know if this is going to stay in the collection. But for now, it's definitely not going to end up costing me anything to drive it, enjoy it for a little bit, and then eventually get rid of it. So if you want to learn more about how to do that, click the link in the video and learn how to hack cars. And if you want to, of course, join Exotic Car Hacks so you can actually learn and actually participate in the best community of exotic car owners anywhere, then click the second link and join us during this Black Friday sale. Anyhow, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time for Exotic Car Hacks.